Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Several media outlets are reporting that there was large rocket blasts in two different locations in northern Syria, in Aleppo and Hama. It says Syrian military positions in the province of Hama and Aleppo were targeted Sunday by a series of strikes that caused an explosion, reportedly strong enough to trigger an earthquake, observed by neighboring countries. And there's several different pieces of video here. And okay, and that's one video of several. They're all fairly similar in nature, and it's not exactly clear how many, what kind of missile strikes these were. I think it's largely suspected that it's the Israelis, the IDF, and there's a couple different places of reporting off this, and they're taking it from Syrian state television. Breitbart actually has some figures, and I'll get to that in a second. Let me just stick with Newsweek for a moment. Citing an unnamed military source, the official Syrian Arab news agency reported that military positions in the villages of Hama and Aleppo were hit by a still unidentified rocket attack around 10:30 p.m. local time, which would be about 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like where I am in Philly. So that would have been about 7 hours ago, 7 or 8 hours ago. It's about 5:50, almost 6 in the morning now in Syria, and causing loud explosions. Al Jazeera said one of its correspondents confirmed explosions at a Syrian military base at Al Bahuth Mountain in southern Hama. Bassam Jara, a supporter of Syrian opposition, shared to social media pictures of what appeared to be flames and smoke rising from the Syrian countryside, saying a large number of casualties were incurred by an attack on was believed to be an Iranian military position on Mountain 47 in southern Hama. That's what they're calling it as well in another report, the 47th Brigade. Let's see if it says here on the Daily Mail. The Syrian government said its territory has been hit by enemy rockets during new aggression last night. The country's army said rockets had struck several military bases in Hama and Aleppo countryside, according to state television. It took place about 10:30 p.m. Syria is being exposed to new aggression with some military bases in rural Hama and Aleppo with enemy rockets, an army source quoted. And this, I think, is the same video, similar, but from a greater distance. It's the same video. And WikiLeaks, giant explosion in Syria measuring, and this is the official WikiLeaks Twitter feed with the check mark and all that, measuring over 2 on the Richter scale, which local press are reporting as an Israeli airstrike on the 47th Military Brigade compound in South Hama, picked up on earthquake monitors in Lebanon and Turkey. Images from local press. And that's that same video again. This is the actual figures of the explosion, 2.6 magnitude. And over at Breitbart, Syrian state television on Sunday reported that enemy rockets had attacks struck military bases in Hama province and Aleppo. Same thing. The Jerusalem Post, citing local Syrian media and opposition reports, listed casualty numbers and possible Iranian links to the purportedly targeted bases. Reports from Syrian opposition said 38 regime soldiers were killed and 57 injured. An opposition source said one of the locations hit was an army base known as Brigade 47 near Hama city, widely known as a recruitment center for Iranian-backed Shia militias who fight alongside President Bashar al-Assad, sources. So it's suspected that it's Israeli airstrikes on Iranian-backed assets in northern Syria, in Hama and Aleppo. That's stated in this here as well. European Mediterranean Seismological Center recorded a 2.6 magnitude earthquake. An opposition source said one of the locations hit was an army base known as Brigade 47 and is widely known as a recruitment center for Iranian-backed Shia militias who fight alongside President Bashar al-Assad's forces. It is also reported missiles hitting positions near Narab Air Base and Aleppo Airport. It said the source of the missiles was not immediately known and had no information on casualties. So, the video, that's one explosion, but I believe, I'm sure it's many. That's a pretty large explosion. I assume that whoever filmed that is fairly close to it. But if it's setting off 2.6 magnitude, on a Richter scale, if that's being detected, these are pretty massive armaments being used, I guess they're manned aircraft or what? I really don't know. I mean, I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow or in the coming days. Pardon me. And that's the story there, man. Let's see if there's any new video on Twitter. It's the same one. All right. As soon as there's more information, more details on the strikes on the two towns of Aleppo and Hama, and the number of missile strikes and so forth, I'll make another video. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.